Hey guys, Chris Camaro here. I'm going to do a real quick second video on Motorkote. It's not going to be nearly as scientific as the first one, unfortunately, because I don't have the same equipment or the resources to test everything as thorough as I did the last time. But I'm still going to show it to you anyway. I've got about let's say 24 ounces worth. Let's just put 16 in here. This is the transmission. So just wanted to explain that I'm going to do pretty much the same procedure on this car. This is my Grand Prix. Pretty much the same procedure on this one that I did on the Impala, and you can see that video as well. We're going to do transmission, power steering, engine oil, obviously. Going to do a mileage test. For the mileage testing, all I'm going to do is just it'll have to be on faith, but basically the last tank that I did, I got about 497 kilometers on a single tank, and I'll show you what I get after the treatment is over. So then we'll compare the results and see if I get the same 9% gains in miles per gallon that I did on the Impala, except this time I'll have the advantage of a proper break-in period. So just for fun, let's see how many miles I can get on this tank. I just reset the trip counter. You can see the mileage on my car. You can see the fuel is full. It's kind of subjective by nature, you know, not entirely scientific, but this is a second data point. As I said, you can check my Impala video on Motorkote and see very scientifically how the product does work, and this will be the second data point to verify that claim. We can see, you know, subjectively after an entire tank how many miles I can get out of this car. And any of you who own a Grand Prix of this vintage will be able to confirm from your own experience whether or not this mileage number is representative of what you normally get, or whether it's a good number or a bad number. As I said, on the previous tank I got 497, and it's winter time. And I haven't been doing any, you know, cross-country treks or anything like that. It's just been sort of a mixture of maybe 2/3 highway and 1/3 city. Kind of normal, I would say, for most people. So I'm going to do nothing out of the ordinary for this tank. So it should be pretty much just like the last tank, and we'll see if the mileage matches or if it's any better or any worse. So guys, once again, I'm pleasantly surprised by the results that I'm getting. This is the second time now that I've been able to verify that Motorkote does actually do something good for your car. You can check out my video that I did for the Impala. I'll put it in the link. It's the first test that we did, and that demonstrated an immediate 9% gain. And here we see much of the same. We see that immediately after adding the product, we have another 9% gain on the Grand Prix this time. But the difference with this video is we continued to observe the effects over time, over multiple tanks. And after 4 tanks, we hit a maximum of 23% improvement in fuel economy, which is huge. That is just an enormous change in fuel economy. And then being the peak, it did decrease after that, and I suspect that it will settle somewhere around 15%. And that's what I've done in that yellow section there. I've extrapolated the data. So just be aware that it's an extrapolation. It's not real data points, but I suspect that the mileage would oscillate a little bit and then settle on a more modest value of maybe around 15%. And at the bottom there, I've calculated that would save you about $162 net per year if you live in the US and you make some assumptions about gas prices and such, which is significant pocket change. So until I see some solid evidence that Motorkote has any detrimental effects on your car or on your engine, and I haven't really seen any concrete evidence of that yet, until that happens, I would say that there's no harm in adding this product, and in fact, it does save you money over the long term. And because oil degrades with time, and because you don't want to be buying this stuff over and over again every time you change your oil, to get the maximum benefit, as it were, you want to keep this in your car for about a year, to get that annual savings that I've just calculated. So my humble recommendation to you would be to buy yourself a high quality motor oil, like a full synthetic Castrol or Mobil One, or whatever Project Farm recommends from his competition videos there. Buy yourself a good quality oil, and one that has a very long oil change interval, so that you can actually get through an entire year without changing your oil. And that way you won't have to replace the motor coat that's been lost during the oil change, and you'll get the maximum benefit or the maximum savings from that product. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel to support these types of videos. Like and comment. I'd love to hear your stories about how you've added Motorkote to your vehicle and what effects you've seen. And certainly, if you have any data that contradicts my videos, I would love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about any evidence of this thing, of this product damaging engines or causing corrosion or what have you. If there's any testimonials to that effect, so please leave those in the comments section, and I will see you next time.